By the end of this module, you will be able to 1. Define standardized testing and explain its various types and purposes. 2. Analyze the construction and interpretation of standardized tests. 3. Distinguish between norm-referenced and criterion-referenced testing. Identify advantages and limitations of standardized assessments. 5. Examine the ethical, policy, and instructional implications of high-stakes testing. 6. Utilize standardized test data for decision-making and improvement. This module explores the concept, philosophy, development, administration, interpretation, and impact of standardized testing within educational systems. It presents a critical examination of standardized testing from both psychometric and pedagogical perspectives, discussing issues such as validity, reliability, test bias, norm referencing versus criterion referencing, ethical considerations, and policy implications. The module also addresses the positive and negative consequences of high-stakes testing and provides advanced insights into data interpretation, score reporting, and educator accountability frameworks. Definition and purpose of standardized testing. Standardized testing refers to assessments that are administered and scored in a consistent, uniform manner, designed to measure students' performance against a common set of standards, often used for large-scale purposes such as individual placement, accountability, college admissions, and system evaluation. Examples: WAEC, NECO, JAMB, Nigeria, SAT, ACT, USA, GCSE, UK, PISA, International. Key characteristics of standardized tests. Standardized instructions for administration and scoring. Objective scoring. Typically multiple choice or machine graded. Norm referenced or criterion referenced interpretation. Developed with psychometric rigor, reliability, and validity. Often externally developed and administered. Types of standardized tests. We will arrange them in this manner: type, purpose, and examples. 1. Achievement tests. Measure mastery of curriculum content. WAEC, NECO, SAT. 2. Aptitude tests. Predict future performance or ability. IQ tests. GRE. 3. Diagnostic tests. Identify specific learning difficulties. BRATI, DST. Placement tests. Determine the appropriate level, course, JAMB, TOEFL. 4. International benchmarking tests. Compare student performance across countries. PISA, THEMS. Development of standardized tests. A. Test blueprinting. Identifies content domains and cognitive levels. Aligns test items with curriculum standards. B. Item writing. Uses clear, unbiased language, ensures content validity and alignment. C. Piloting and field testing. Tests are administered to a sample to analyze item performance. D. Psychometric analysis. Measures difficulty index, discrimination index, reliability coefficients, KR20, Cronbach's alpha. E. Standardization. Norms established using large, diverse populations. Scoring and interpretation. A. Raw scores. Total number of correct answers. B. Scaled scores. Adjust for difficulty across test versions. C. Percentile ranks. Shows how a student performed relative to peers. D. Stanines, standard 9s. Score divided into 9 broad levels for ease of comparison. E. Grade equivalent scores. Compares performance to average students at a particular grade F. Z-scores and T-scores. Represent standard deviations from the mean in a normal distribution. Norm-referenced versus criterion-referenced tests. We will have norm-referenced, criterion-referenced compares students to peers, compares to set standards, emphasizes ranking, emphasizes mastery, bell curve distribution, defined performance levels. Examples: IQ tests, SAT. Examples: driving tests, WAEC. Advantages of standardized testing: provides objective, comparable, and quantifiable results. Useful for policy making and large-scale evaluation. Helps in college admissions and scholarships. Identifies system-wide strengths and weaknesses. Promotes accountability and benchmarking. Criticisms and limitations. Cultural and linguistic bias encourages teaching to the test. May neglect higher-order thinking and creativity. High-stakes nature can cause student anxiety and teacher burnout. May disadvantage low-income, special needs, or minority students. Not always aligned with classroom instruction. Ethical and legal issues. Ensuring test security and integrity. Preventing score inflation and cheating. Fair accommodations for individuals with disabilities. Adhering to informed consent and data privacy. Avoiding discriminatory impact or misuse of test results. Standardized testing and policy and accountability. Used in education quality assurance, e.g., NUC accreditation in Nigeria. Forms the basis for ranking schools and funding decisions. Drives national and international education reforms. Influences teacher evaluations and school ratings. Data interpretation and reporting educators must be skilled in. Reading test reports, class profiles, score distributions, disaggregating data by gender, region, socioeconomic status, using results to improve instructional planning, identifying learning gaps and achievement disparities, technology and standardized testing, computer-based testing, CBT, e.g., JAMB in Nigeria. Adaptive testing. Test adjusts to ability level online proctoring and biometric ID AI-supported analysis and diagnostics, instant scoring and feedback systems, global perspectives. International comparisons, e.g., PISA-shaped national reforms, UNESCO and OECD promote test-based monitoring of education systems. Equity debates question standardized testing's role in Global South countries.